Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers trying to center on the field, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. Westbrook now on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives and end up at points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they're clicking right now. What a catch there by Thielen. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Touchdown, Vikings. K.J. Osborne, 34 yards. And the Vikings open the lead up to 34-0. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Returning it, Hill. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2. Now Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Robert Tonyan, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's out the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. Very curious decision.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Back near the goal line, Cousins. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. Third down here. Rolling to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Based on the last 2 play calls we just witnessed, the word conservative is not in their playbook. Incomplete, and then they decide to throw deep from this point on the field. That's a team that's really getting after it.
The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second down and goal. Rodgers, that was caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch it.
And that is caught. We're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now it appears that the referee's put the review. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Carter, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.